Give it up for Gloria, everyone. Okay, I'm gonna post it on social media, okay?
I'll start with you guys up here. Thank you. Beautiful.
Back up. Oh, I thought we were boys.
Yeah, cut.
Okay, moving on.
I was a huge fan of Transformers as a kid. I was very influenced by what was done in the past to create the Transformers that we see today.
Steven's creativity is phenomenal. He's got really inventive and fresh ideas, and he's bringing a totally different sensibility to this movie.
This is about the fate of all living things.
Turn it up to the maximum. This is the first time the Maximals are ever seen in live action. We wanted to make sure everything was as authentic as possible.
I'm not the one to fear, Prime.
The story takes place in the 90s, and so we worked really hard to capture that era. Everything from the type of music we're playing, the clothes that Noah and Elena are wearing. And when it came to casting, Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback are both from Brooklyn. They brought their own authentic Brooklynite attitude that just really pops on screen.
You brought a human here?
I'm nobody. I ain't even seen nothing. I'm not even seeing anything right now.
On this film, we need to do something different. So we found unique locations that showcase the size and scope of this story. We shot on top of Machu Picchu, so that was a real challenge.
Maximals, Autobots, roll out!
Stepping on set with Steven and seeing his vision has been amazing.
Working with Steven, it's all about humanity and all about heart.
Maybe there's a way to save our home.
I've never had more fun than I've had with Steven. He instills confidence, and he really is sensational.
Let them come.
Yo, Noah,
take the wheel.
Get it, baby! When I voiced Prime for the very first time, I was living with my brother Larry. He was a Marine, and I said, I'm going to an audition. I'm going to be a truck. And he started laughing. He said, He said, a truck. And I said, this is a leader. This is a hero. And his demeanor just changed. He just went, well, Peter, if you're going to be a leader, be strong enough to be gentle. And I got to the audition and I said, my name is Optimus Prime from the planet Cybertron. I had no doubt that this is what a hero should sound like. And I was convinced I was going to get that role. This is an emergency. Can you hear me, Mirage? Roll out.
Hey, who the hell was that? Peter Cullen gets behind that mic and he goes deep into Optimus Prime mode. You're like, whoa, this is really happening.
We have one last hope.
Stephen Caple Jr. really is sensational. He's thoughtful, he's energetic, he's moving, he instills that confidence.
Take the wheel.
Get it, baby!
In every Transformers movie, Optimus Prime and a lead human being are always close. And this is the first time in the film where you see these two characters who are trying to figure things out.
You brought a human here?
Transformers Rise of the Beasts has the same ingredients that were there at the beginning. There's that integrity, there's a dignity, there's courage. It's an honor to be able to do this character. I've talked with a lot of people that grew up with Transformers, and I don't take them for granted. I love you guys. This is Optimus Prime, June 9th. I invite you to the movies. Autobots, transform and roll out to a theater near you. This is overwhelming, you know. We don't often get to see this side, and it's from the feelings that I'm getting here this evening. It's from the people that have seen it. They're saying it's really great, and that just makes me feel so relaxed, that it's been well received. Steve Caple is a fabulous director, and what he's put together, and I'm not blowing smoke. I mean, I worked with this young man, and he is so talented, he's insightful, he has a sense of so many things, and he pulled it off, and he made everything take on a new light. Autobots, transform and roll out to a theater near you. This is overwhelming, we don't often get to see this side, and it's from the feelings that I'm getting here this evening. It's from the people that have seen it. They're saying it's really great, and that just makes me feel so relaxed, that it's been well received. Steve Caple is a fabulous director, and what he's put together, and I'm not blowing smoke. I mean, I worked with this young man, and he is so talented, he's insightful, he has a sense of so many things, and he pulled it off, and he made everything take on a new light. So I probably have I've heard more than once that this is the best one ever. So I probably have I've heard more than once that this is the best one ever.
Of Transformers is just surreal. I grew up playing the toys. That was my toy when I was growing up, and it's crazy to think that now I'm one of them. And in what way it's a new take of the Transformers universe. It has a Latino scenario, Machu Picchu, Peru, and I just hope this brings more opportunities to more Latino talent out there, to more Latino scenarios. And I'm just grateful with Steven, Mark, Lorenzo, and all the creators for giving me the opportunity. When I heard the news, I was screaming of excitement. And when I finished screaming, I thought to myself, I just hope they let me keep some Mexican expressions, some ways of speaking from who I am and where I come from Guadalajara, Mexico, and I'm glad they did. So Will Jack, when he hurts himself, you will hear him saying like, ay, ay, ay. and that means a lot to me for representation. And it's just, I still cannot believe it, and I hope the people like the film and what I did with Will Jack.
It's a big summer blockbuster fun spectacle that gets people into the movie theaters, which is really important. And hopefully the smaller films can follow in the footsteps, getting people into the movie theaters, because we're all, one big group, one big tribe, the big movies and the smaller movies. If we can share the screens together, then it's all worth it. Well, I remember I was living in Williamsburg, Brooklyn in the 90s, which felt like a wasteland of Transformers back then, because nobody was living out there. And the music from the 90s, which this is infused with, it has a lot of fun to it, while threatening the entire universe. I'm very excited. I love Anthony Ramos. I've known him for a while because my brother plays violin for Hamilton, and he was in the original cast of Hamilton. And I saw opening night before it was Broadway, down at the Public Theater, and it was just, I remember seeing him and going, that guy, he is incredible. I think it is the fun of it. I think it is the humor with the whole thing of the universe might be destroyed. I think kids and now adults have the association with the toys growing up. My son is now playing with the toys just like kids from the 80s used to do. So it's just hand in hand with all of that. The intimacy with playing with the toy and then seeing it on the big screen.
It's kind of an honor when you enter into a franchise that is as part of the American quilt as this one is. I mean, it's been with us almost 2 decades. So many important voices have been part of it, and you feel as though you're being handed the reins to something that you better be careful with, and you better show a lot of love and honor to. Stephen Cable, who directed this, has infused a lot of very, very modern American culture into this, which is going to give it a completely new feel and a new look and a new sound. It's always fun to play a character who is as fierce and as badass as Primal is, but particularly what was most attractive to me about him was the size of his heart was almost greater than the size of his muscle. The love he has for the people he's been sworn to protect is infinite and profound. And so that's true heroism. And when you're an actor, you look for that. Movies have had such a profound effect on me, and I think the reason, I'm just a kind of a representation of how it affects everybody, the whole world. It's the best exploration we have into the human condition. It allows people to realize when they watch other people suffering and banging into things and finding their way to higher ground, to realize they're not in it alone, that they're not the first ones to have their hearts broken, they're not the first ones to have to fight for something that no one else is standing with them for. And movies have taught me everything there is that I needed to know about how to be a man, what kind of man I wanted to be, and what I needed to stand for in life.
Who are you? Why are you hunting for the key?
Yo, Donkey Kong, stay away from my friends! Mirage! Don't worry, your boys got this. Stranger danger! Stranger danger! Hey, 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 hey! Not so fast!
Hey, over here, kitty kitty.
Stand down! I won't ask a second time.